Upstairs, hi, welcome to this brand new educational hour. Today we will have Luis Escalante presenting the topic AI agents. Luis is a senior delivery manager master in artificial intelligence. He's a passionate of these topics with 20 years of experience bridging the gap between business goals and cutting edge solutions. He's been leading cross functional teams, transforming operations and leveraging emerging technologies to solve complex challenges and drive sustainable growth. Before moving on with Luis, please bear in mind that you can leave your questions in the chat at any moment, but we will have a short Q&A section towards the end where everything will be solved. And also remember that if you have to leave early or anything, this recording will be available in the Gapsters Hub within the education events. Okay. So, Luis, we are very excited to hear you. The stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Camilo. And thank you all for joining to this session. I would like to start saying that AI is evolving at a fast pace, and we are familiar with ChatGPT, right? To get answers to different questions, to develop specialized GPTs, as Jenny taught us on the previous AI showcase a couple of weeks ago. But what if we can have a team of them together to solve more complex tasks? Interesting, right? So, well, today we'll be talking about AI agents and how are them a game changer these days. All right. So let's start. Um, I'm showing some real problems for different industries that are happening at this moment, and that probably are being resolved uh, doing some automations or doing some manual work because that's probably it. So, for example, for logistics, you can have road changes because of the weather and other stuff. You can have late deliveries because of the same issues. And again, probably the best way to resolve this is doing some manual rerouting at this point. For healthcare as well, probably the people in Costa Rica will relate with the caja, uh, staff burnout, scheduling complexities, uh, and potential patient errors. It's what you can get there. And for customer service, probably the most common, long wait times, repetitive injuries or inquiries, and inconsistent service experience. Those are things that are happening these days in those industries. So why agents? And let's start by saying, by developing these autonomous or semi-autonomous software components that perceive their surroundings, please just highlight that part, perceiving their surroundings, um, you will be able to make decisions, take actions, or we can build systems more dynamically to adapt to changing conditions in real time. So when you use agents to resolve the problems that we are seeing in the first bucket, you'll see that probably in real time, you can reroute all the things that are happening and optimize that part, actually balance warehouses loads as well, and make some autonomous decisions that probably will help a lot to the issues that you're having at that moment. For healthcare, patient triage, I think that is something that an agent can do to optimize or be more efficient. Adaptive scheduling and continuous patient monitoring, which is something that will give us a lot of value in that sense. And customer service, automated triaging as well. In some cases, if you probably contact support from a bank or any other entity, you will have a chatbot that is not working as we expect, and probably having an agent there doing some work in the background can help us move things in the best way possible. And below, you can see some of the words. Every time you hear about AI agents, probably you will relate that to autonomy, adaptability, proactivity, well-driven, and real-time. Those are things that AI agents um, are doing at this moment. All right, and just to check on the definition for AI agents, we can say that AI agents are autonomous or semi-autonomous software components that perceive their surroundings, are capable of making decisions, and take actions to achieve specific goals. That's the most simple definition for AI agents. All right. So to do some automation, what we do at this moment, if we need to go from point A to point B, probably you build a set of instructions that will guide you through the process and go from that point to the B. But if you need to, if you have other variables or you need to go to C or D, you just need to add some conditions. Um, but that's how things are working these days. And to explain a little bit more the difference, traditional software development, I would like you to think of traditional software development as a um, factory assembly line where everything is predefined, rule-based, and requires manual intervention in most of the cases to make changes. But in the other side, we have agentic AI architectures, and we can compare that to, for example, self-driving cars, because they adapt to the environment, they make real-time decisions, and don't need most of the human guide in every single step. That's the main difference. And as you can see here, this is just to make the difference between the two worlds that we can experience at this moment. And probably most of us are working with a traditional software development, which is what actually GAP it's doing for most of the client. And as you can see there, all the things are uh, predefined. You need specific or exact information to start doing or building those conditions to move through the code, doing math calculation, printing variables, even adding conditions again. And the output probably you know the output, but doing all this set of instruction is how you reach that part. And if you go to the other side again, to the AI software development, fuzzy inputs means that what you're writing is not exact. So you can use your natural language, for example, to start asking for something like you do with ChatGPT, for example. And that's going to be translated into something internally that it's trying to get all the responses that you are looking for. So it's different because we are using other methodologies or frameworks, but at the end, probably we can be more comfortable using this side of the development because it's using actually again our natural language. Okay, it is important to know what is not an AI agent. And let me start with the LLM. And I think this is very important to clarify because we all know, for example, how ChatGPT is working. It's using a large language model to uh, train itself and actually to start getting all the responses that we are asking in the little window of the chat. And that's a key part of the AI agent, but it's not an AI in itself. So we need to be careful with that. Uh, RPA, it's again a process that is automated, but is rigid, and it cannot adapt to the things that are happening in their surroundings. The same happens for all the functions or procedures that we are building in our code. It's for just a specific task, and that's it. We cannot adapt them to what is happening in our surroundings again. And conversational assistance, again, this is pretty much the same as an LLM, basic chatbots. We can ask a lot of questions, anything you can think of at this moment. But that doesn't mean that this is an agent doing something in the background for you to get those answers. It's pretty much straightforward. And finally, cron jobs. Probably we are familiar with the terms or task schedulers. It's the same as RPA. It's a task that is repetitive, that is helping us automate some processes, but are not considered AI agents because they cannot adapt themselves. All right, I think this is the fun part. This is the best. I think this is a good way to understand what is or how AI agents work. Let's say you are building a block with an AI agent, but first let's use just ChatGPT or Claude or any other LLM that you can think of to build an agent block. Probably what you will doing is, hey, I want to write a blog about this topic, blah 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 blah, and you are going to start getting responses from that LLM, and at the end probably you will be building that AI block. I mean that block, but you will be asking for everything that you can think of, and probably it's going to take more time than expected. Um, and but what if we use AI agents in our favor to build this AI block? So as a start, you can see that all starts with the prompt. Again, we are saying, hey, we would like to build this blog. I have this topic in mind. How can you help me with? So the proxy agent, which is the first agent that we have there, it's going to be the one interacting with the human. He's going to send all the responses to the human once all here it's being worked. So the proxy agent, it's going to work closely with the orchestrator at this point. And you can think as the orchestrator agent as this is your team lead for the team of if you translate this to I don't know to a team working with you, this probably is going to be your team lead. So this orchestrator agent, it's going to work with the rest, and it's going to send prompts to the different agents, and it's going to receive a response from them to start moving things around. So, for example, the first agent that the orchestrator is going to contact, it's going to be the research agent. Based on the prompt, or everything is based on the prompt that I was writing at the very. So this research agent, it's going to look for relevant information, and at the end, it's going to provide all the key facts, all the key information, again, to the orchestrator agent. With that information, the orchestrator agent is going to contact the writing agent. So the writing agent, that's right, it's going to take all that information and will draft an article with what you ask at the very beginning. Then it's going to send back some information to the orchestrator agent, probably the article, and we are going to have this critic agent that is going to receive the article, and it's going to like do a QA for this article that is just written by the other agent, based on instructions again and key information that was captured by the first one. And finally, and as you can see here, this editor agent is out of the loop, because it's where the human is going to interact with it, just to make sure that the things that we are going to publish, it's right, you know. So that's why it's outside the loop of the orchestrator, we can say that way. So this is like the best example to understand how multiple agents can work together to just achieve a goal, but doing different stuff. And we just did a prompt, but as you can see in the background, there is a lot of interaction that probably, if we don't have this type of architecture at this moment, we will need to do that all manually, even using AI, but manually. All right, let's move forward. So this is how things are looking these days. And the current AI systems that we have at this moment requires a strong supervision, execute simple tasks, as we mentioned before, and they have a static behavior. We can say it that way, because uh, they are doing just simple tasks. And we would like to go to the other side of the bridge, and we would like them to act autonomously, execute complex goals or tasks, and adapt the behavior depending on what is happening in their surroundings. So this is key, because what is in the middle, it's the gap that we need to work on at this moment, and it is the gap that you probably will see out there, that it's being worked by different companies using AI agents. And the key to closing that, it's again AI agents, because they can self-improve, they can collaborate and take actions independently. Well, I would like to mention some benefits that these kind of architectures are bringing to the table, or what we are doing at this moment. And let's start with scalability. This is probably one of the biggest benefits. We can scale that. We can keep adding agents depending on what we need to do. So every time we think on a new role, for example, or a new agent, probably it's going to solve something that we didn't think before, so we can move forward with that and make even stronger our application. Autonomy, it's something that I just mentioned at the very beginning. Operational efficiency, it's bringing a lot of operational efficiency, uh, because as you saw before in the example, um, they can do a lot of stuff. They can focus on something, but by they can be autonomous and then move responses or information around, just to build a solid response at the end. It's goal driven, again, depending on what we would like to do. Real-time processing, this is very important, because they with real-time processing, we can do a lot of stuff, and our responses will be more efficient, and that's something that we always need to consider for this kind of agents. Resource efficiency, adaptability, and flexibility, because they can understand what is happening in their surroundings. So it makes us think that probably if we didn't consider something, uh, the agent is going to be able to resolve whatever happens there, and it will help us to do faster decisions. But we have some considerations as well. And this is important to know as well because they are not perfect, and it relies on different stuff. For example, the data quality. Um, Not only the agents, but all the things that we would like to build in terms of AI needs clean data, needs that our data is accurate, well structured, and the data that we can rely on. Because if we don't use the right data, the agent is not going to work well. Not even any AI application that we are building. Infrastructure. We need to consider that infrastructure. Now the cloud-based architectures, for example, for hosting, for scaling and maintaining AI agents, they are actually bringing much of the stuff that we need to create them, to maintain them. So it's a good option. In terms of skills, probably will need to improve some of them to start working with agents or building agents, and monitoring and oversight. This is important. Even autonomous agents need supervision to handle edge cases and ensure continuous alignment with the business goals. That's really important to be aware of. And regarding ethical and regulatory considerations, it's the same as probably you'll be hearing since ChatGPT came into play, that data privacy, it's really important. Security as well. Biases, again, that depends on the quality of the data that you will be using for that. Explainability and transparency. This is because, especially for regulated industries, stakeholders need to understand how agents are making decisions. We cannot let the agent just to make a decision and we are good with that. No, we need to check, always check that all the things that the agent is doing, it's good. And guardrails, important, not only for the agents, again, for all the things that we are building with AI. It prevent them to going in what it's called rabbit holes, which means being unproductive or keeping in repetitive loops that probably are not generating any value with this. Okay, probably you're wondering how we can think on an agent. This is the easiest way. Think you are a manager and you need to hire some or hire different roles for different tasks that you have in a project. So first of all, you need to define what is the goal for what you need to do or you need to work on, and what is the process. That is very important always. With that in mind, probably you'll be able to define what roles are required to start working on that or and to achieve the final goal. And beyond that, you will need to define what task each agent is going to do or each role it's going to do. So you have a clear understanding on how this architecture at the end is going to work and how they can work together. And again, this is just going deeper on the previous that the one with the bridge, and the challenge again, it's there in the middle. It's something that you'll see that agents are improving. Now we have tools. At the beginning, there were no tools. Cloud-based or the most popular cloud platforms are offering a lot of stuff that we can use in terms of creating the agents. But it is important to know that it is a work in progress. We can now use agents, but the same that is happening with the models, that tomorrow we are seeing a new version reasoning better. Probably tomorrow we will have new tools to continue developing all these AI agents that you can see there. And right now, we can say that most AI agents are either the deterministic chatbots that follow predefined rules on, again, LLM based assistants. But um, what we have in the middle, again, the challenge that we need to work on, it's what we call that, oh, I mean, let me rephrase, what we need to focus on, because it's getting AI to transition from static, as you saw at the very beginning, reactive tools to proactive, adaptive systems, which is what we are looking for with agents. And this is another example I would like to share, just for all to understand how we can add agents in our favor to make things more efficient. So let's say you go to a website, or we have a website, and we have a visitor, and we are asking for some information. So probably they will be filling out a form, and that information, it's going to be reviewed, because we would like to find some leads there for sales. So this is right now doing manually, no matter the system that you're using, if is an ERP or a CMS. Probably you have some automation there, but it's not most of the work. It's done manually. So at the end, sales will receive tons of information that would like to prioritize to see how it's better, or which one is better, to make the contact. But again, what if we have agents working there in our favor? Probably we will have the same method, but now you can have intelligent assistants capturing all that information, and in the lead analysis that you'll do for all the information, you can have different agents. One doing a research, again, one doing a comparison between all the information that it's receiving, probably assigning a score, another agent, and probably we can have another one making some talking points based on all the information that is going to be sent to sales. So what happened at this moment when sales receive the information is not a bunch of information that they still need to work. It's going to be a better information that can help them make decisions faster, and prioritize better what they are doing at this moment. And yeah, we reached the end, but I would like to say that um, as we explore through these sessions, through this session all about AI agents, uh, I want to just make sure that everyone is understanding the capabilities that we can have with implementing these kind of tools. Um, we can think on this as something that is going to amplify what we are doing at this moment, which is great, and we stand as at a pivotal moment where all this can bridge the gap between what we can imagine and we can actually build. That's the truth. We can transform a lot of data into insights, and automate some tasks depending on how we can use the agents. But yeah, this is just another tool that we can use to be more efficient, to build different systems than ones we have currently in the market. And I truly believe that this is something that it's going to be growing a lot in the following months. And thank you all for joining to this talk. I hope you understand, and I didn't make this complex enough to to cause troubles there.